Obviously, GarageBand has some very great amplifier simulators in there for the electric guitar player or bass player, but a lot of them are sort of hidden from plain view. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so we're at a normal blank page here on GarageBand, and I'm using the default sound when you open an electric guitar, which is this, Britain clean sound. You probably know it. Now, of course, if you look over here on the left-hand side, all of these sounds are, these are the ones everybody's used to seeing. But there are some hidden ones. So I wanted to show that to you guys. So I'm going to come down here and click on the little amplifier, and I get this window, which you should already recognize, okay? So here's what you're going to do. This menu down here has clean, crunch, and distorted. And if you look at these labels for the presets, you should notice that they're different from the ones over here in the left-hand side, which we're all very used to seeing. Echo, Studio, and all that stuff. But let's look under clean. And there is no Echo Studio here, right? So these are just a different group of presets, and this is what we're talking about, okay? These are really cool sounds. Original Nashville is always good. Right? These sounds are great. So I'm basically just going to go through these sims and just show you some of my favorite ones. Original Nashville is one of my favorite new clean tones. In the clean tone category, there's also Slow and Steady is nice. Very, you'll like this, I hope. The nice thing about these settings, too, is that, I think they're, I don't want to say better than the standard ones, but if you're like me and you use GarageBand for your amplifier simulation purposes, you probably use those ones over in the left-hand side more than anything else. And that was me, too, until Monday Music started, and I really had to find new sounds. In the crunch, I think there's one more clean one that I really like. Best of Both Worlds. Yeah, Best of Both. I have a few on here that I really like. Best of Both Worlds is a good one. Right? Great sounds. And I will just say there's a ton of latency between me and what I'm hearing right now because I'm recording everything, including the video and everything on my computer, and it's bogging it down a little bit. Anyway, so if you think my playing sounds a little funny, it's because I'm working with a ton of latency. So let's switch over to the crunches, and I'll just show you a couple that I really like here. I really like Mean Machine Crunch. This is a great one. Super useful. In fact, if you heard the Monday Music song, I'm pretty sure this was the sound for the beginning of that bridge section. It was a lot faster, but I'm working with delay here. I love sounds like this where there's a bunch of low end and a bunch of low mids and just a little bit of distortion, right? This is a little bit of overdrive happening. Great sound, this Mean Machine Crunch. And let's do one more. Oh, the Small Brown Face Crunch. This is super. There's so many good ones in here, and it really depends what you love. Yeah, we'll just do this one. I like this one. It's a lot easier if I just turn the monitors off and don't hear the sounds. Anyway, all right, I'm going to keep going down here, and we're going to look at the distorted ones that I really like. Modern Classic, great. right? I just love stuff like that. Nice, super high gain, really, really high gain sound. Yeah, modern classic. That's a good way to put that. Let's look at Modern Rock 1. This is another good one. Okay, so that's enough of what I'm demoing here. So let's dig a little bit deeper into these sounds, because there's all sorts of fun things you can do, right? So you can change the model of the amp. Here's more models of the amp that come in, you know, on this side here. Here's another section for amps. You can, you know, you have a model right here, and you have the amp right here, and then you have a cabinet here. Now, this is something I highly recommend you guys experiment with, especially if you're doing two guitar parts that are similar, right? You can use the same virtual head, but always change the cabinet for like one of those two sides. It'll just help you get a good stereo spread sound, right? So, and I also really like the 57 with these like higher gain sounds. Hear that difference? Right? And then, you know, I can move this out. If I think it's a little too bright, I might move it out to the edge of the cone. So the whole point of this video is, yeah, it's a little bit of show and tell. Obviously, sometimes this happens on my channel. But what I want you to understand is that there's all these other amplifier sounds in GarageBand that maybe you haven't remembered, or you forgot about it, or maybe you didn't even know. So I hope that I have just shown you something that you forgot about or didn't know about, because, you know, that's the goal here. I'm trying to teach you guys, educate you guys on GarageBand, because, man, this DAW is a sick DAW. It does everything I need it to do here in my house for recording music on a weekly basis, and I love it. It's a great little program. So anyway, not much else to talk about. If you have comments, questions, anything, of course, leave it below. If you do feel like you need to hit that thumbs down for this video, let me know why you hit that thumbs down. I want to make my videos better for you guys, and it's really helpful if you tell me, like, this was not good for this reason. Always be kind. Please be kind. But anyway, remember that these things are here. Remember to play with them. If you're doing left and right recordings, remember to switch the amp, remember to switch the microphones, all that kind of stuff. But these are great sims, and we can all thank the engineers down at Apple for giving them to us for virtually free. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Please, please, please hit the subscribe button. Find me on Instagram, because I'm trying to grow Instagram and Facebook. And my Patreon page, we've gotten some new patrons over there, so you know who you are. And so thank you very much for joining up on Patreon. That's it. Have a great day. Peace and love.